I'm Marcus Girakos. I'm a guitarist based here in LA. I do a lot of studio work for TV commercials and for films, things like that. Today we're going to talk about ways you can form a C7 chord on the guitar. We're going to start by just talking about what the four notes that comprise the C7 chord are. Here's C, there's E, there's G, and there's B flat. Okay. You could think of this as part of the Mixolydian scale. If it were a major scale, you would have what's called a C major 7. But since this is based on the Mixolydian scale, we have the B flat there as the 7th scale degree. So let's look at some different ways that we can arrange these four notes. Root position C7 would look like this. So you notice that we're repeating the C note at the octave. We can also play C7 at fret 3 with the root on the A5 string and the 5th of the chord up on E1. We can play a 6-string version of C7 at fret 8. Our next voicing is going to be at the 3rd fret. You're barring or extending the first finger across 5 strings. And then let's say adding finger 3 at fret 5 of the D4 string and finger 4, the pinky, at fret 5, also at on the B2 string. So this voicing sounds like this. Okay. Now, moving ahead, we can voice this chord as a 6-string voicing. Has sort of a bigger tessitura, in other words, distance from the low note to the top note. So you notice how this C and this C are 2 octaves apart. In between we have G on the A5 string, fret 10, B flat on the D4 string, fret 8. We have the E, fret 9 of the G3 string, and we're barring fret 8 for G and the top C. So again, this chord looks like this. If you want to make it a little more dissonant sounding, we can accentuate the 7th degree. That gives us a major 2nd interval at the top. It gives a little more edge, a little more pull towards, let's say, resolving it to a 1 chord, if you're thinking of this as a 5. Okay. Another voicing way you can voice this chord is up here at fret 10 with the last 4 strings. Fret 10, fret 12, fret 11, fret 12 again. And as always, when you voice your chords, you want to make sure that you're in good position right behind the fret and that you're pressing down on the string as little as possible. Especially the further you go up the neck, the more risk you run of playing chords out of tune. Important to relax, get good position. Also, you can shift the inversion so that a different note is acting as the bass note. For example, here is a C7 with an E in the bass. The difference here is it sounds like you want to go, let's say, to F or even F minor. Right. So you can voice that in 4 notes like this. You can voice that here at fret 5. You can voice that here at fret 7. Or at fret 11. I'm Marcus Girakos. This has been different ways to form the C7 chord on the guitar.